Power has always been the silent force shaping every interaction, every structure, and every society. It is not only about kings or empires, but about everyday life, about the subtle exchanges in relationships, in business, in politics, and even in personal identity. To understand power is to see the hidden strings that move human behavior. Those who see these strings can cut them, tie them, or use them to weave their own design. Those who do not see them are forever trapped in webs woven by others. At its core, power is psychological. It lives in perception. If people believe you are strong, then you are strong. If they believe you are weak, then weakness becomes reality. Reputation becomes armor and weapon at the same time. It can shield you from attacks, but it can also be sharpened into a blade that cuts through resistance. This is why the powerful guard their image relentlessly. They never let gossip, doubt, or ridicule settle into the minds of others. They respond not with desperation, but with controlled presence, reminding everyone that their position is unshaken. Power also thrives in silence. Most people rush to explain, justify, or defend themselves. The more they speak, the more they reveal, but silence confuses, intimidates, and unsettles. It leaves space for others to project their own fears, insecurities, or admiration. The powerful use silence like a weapon, allowing others to reveal too much while they reveal almost nothing. Words are arrows once released. They cannot return. The wise conserve them, striking only when the impact will be undeniable. Another essential dimension of power is invisibility. The strongest influence is often hidden. When people feel they are being forced, they resist. But when they believe they are choosing freely, they obey without resistance. Masters of power know how to guide decisions in ways that feel natural. They plant seeds of ideas. They design environments that limit options. They frame choices so that the outcome always benefits them. And yet, the other person leaves thinking it was their own will. This is not deception for the sake of cruelty. It's the recognition that humans accept guidance more readily than domination. Timing separates the mediocre from the truly powerful. Knowledge without patience is wasted. Many destroy their opportunities because they act too soon or too late. The powerful study rhythms. They know that every situation has a pulse, like the tide of the sea. They wait for the precise moment when resistance is weakest and advantage is greatest. To wait is not to be passive, it is to prepare. When the strike comes, it seems sudden, almost magical, but it was the result of long observation and controlled restraint. But timing alone is not enough without presence. Presence is the ability to capture attention and dominate the emotional space of others. Some do this through charisma, others through mystery, others through sheer confidence. Presence makes people turn when you enter, listen when you speak, and remember you when you leave. It is not about arrogance, but about commanding the invisible currency of attention. Without presence, even skill and intelligence remain ignored. With presence, even silence becomes magnetic. Fear is another ancient tool of power. People fear loss more deeply than they desire gain. They fear exclusion more than they desire acceptance. The powerful understand this and shape environments where their presence feels like protection. Followers cling to them not only because of admiration, but because of fear of what life would be without them. Fear must be balanced carefully. Too much creates rebellion, but just enough binds loyalty tighter than admiration ever could. Yet fear alone is unstable. Hope must balance it. Power that only intimidates eventually collapses. People need to feel that their obedience serves a purpose, that they are part of something larger than themselves. This is why myths, visions, and grand narratives are so vital. Leaders do not only rule with rules, they rule with stories. Nations, religions, and companies all rise on the strength of a story that promises meaning. The powerful are always storytellers. They wrap control in destiny, so that followers obey not because they must, but because they believe. Ritual strengthens story. Ritual is repetition with meaning. Crowns, uniforms, ceremonies, even corporate meetings, these are not trivial. They are structures that reinforce hierarchy and belonging. When people repeat rituals, they internalize authority. They no longer need reminders. The structure itself becomes the reminder. The powerful design rituals that maintain loyalty without constant effort. Each repetition deepens obedience until it becomes unconscious. Another hidden pillar of power is scarcity. People desire what is rare. Attention is rare. Access is rare. Resources are rare. By controlling access, the powerful create value. They withhold to increase desire. They ration to increase dependence. Scarcity transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. A leader who is always available becomes taken for granted. A leader who is scarce becomes legendary. Power also requires adaptability. The world changes constantly, and those who cling to old strategies eventually fall. The powerful reinvent themselves before others force them to. They shed skins, adopt new images, and change tactics. What remains constant is not their form, but their control. Adaptability is not betrayal, it is survival. Those who cannot adapt become monuments to the past, admired but irrelevant. Enemies play a critical role in the game. To have no enemies is dangerous, for it means you are insignificant. To have too many enemies is also dangerous, for it spreads your energy thin. The powerful choose their enemies carefully. They use them as mirrors to define themselves, as tools to rally support, as distractions for the masses. Sometimes they crush an enemy to send a message. Sometimes they allow an enemy to survive, weak and dependent, useful as a warning. Each enemy is managed like a piece on the board, never ignored, never underestimated. Allies, on the other hand, are dumb. Every ally has ambition. Every friend has conditions. The powerful never trust blindly. They give rewards but keep leverage. They share victories but never surrender control. An ally today can be an enemy tomorrow. To be prepared for betrayal is not cynicism, it is wisdom. Expecting loyalty without leverage is a fantasy. True power secures loyalty through dependence, gratitude, or fear. But perhaps the greatest enemy of all is comfort. Success breeds complacency. Comfort dulls instincts and blinds vision. Many rulers, kings, and leaders lost everything not because of their enemies, but because of their softness. They forgot the struggle. They trusted to isolate. They drowned in luxury. The powerful remain vigilant even in peace. They prepare for conflict even in abundance. They never allow comfort to weaken their discipline. To endure, one must remain hungry. Power also hides in the small. A glance, a pause, a gesture. These shape perceptions as much as grand speeches. The wise pay attention to detail, knowing that people remember not only what you say but how you carry yourself. Small signals accumulate into a reputation. Those who master the small never need to overcompensate with the large. Their influence is constant, subtle, and undeniable. At the deepest level, power is not about domination but about awareness. Most people move unconsciously, reacting to emotions, chasing desires, fearing shadows. The powerful move consciously. They see the patterns. They anticipate reactions. They predict consequences. This awareness creates freedom. While others are trapped in instinct, the powerful operate with clarity. This is why they appear calm while others panic, decisive while others hesitate. Awareness is the foundation on which all strategies are built, and so we return to the essential truth. Everyone is playing the game, whether they admit it or not. Every workplace, every family, every friendship involves power. To deny this is to surrender to those who do not deny it. The question is never whether you are part of the game. The question is whether you play with awareness or blindness. Those who ignore power are ruled by it. Those who fear power are crushed by it. Those who understand it begin to rise. And those who master it shape the world. This is the invisible game. A game with no end, no pause, no escape. To play it consciously is to claim agency over your life. To ignore it is to remain a pawn forever. So as you leave these reflections, ask yourself, are you moving pieces, or are you being moved? Are you writing your story, or are you living someone else's? Thank you for staying with me in this journey. If this has opened your eyes, remember, is only the beginning. The layers of power run deeper than most dare to imagine. What we have uncovered here is not theory, but practice. Tools you can carry, lenses you can use, strategies you can test. Thank you for staying with me in this journey. If this has opened your eyes, remember, is only the beginning. The layers of power run deeper than most dare to imagine. What we have uncovered here is not theory, but practice. Tools you can carry, lenses you can use, strategies you can test.